Hello, this is Megan.
And this is Mark.
Welcome to our 6th video journal of Avengers Campus construction at Disney California Adventure. Today is October 19th, 2019.
Before we dive into the actual construction, we're going to look at a satellite photo taken by Nearmap. This is an amazing perspective. We can really see the spatial relationship between all the buildings and areas being created or modified. I'll label each of the areas. There's the Spider-Man attraction, Pym Test Kitchen, Web Suppliers, Mystic Arts Plaza, the Avengers headquarters, and the restrooms. And looking at the development of the land, it looks like this photo was taken about a month ago. And what's cool is comparing the development of Avengers Campus to the layout of what a Bugs Land used to be. We'll go ahead and look at a satellite picture of this area when a Bugs Land existed. Here's the old It's Tough to Be a Bug Theater. And as we know, this building is being modified to become the Spider-Man attraction. Notice this area here. It was a large cereal box that guests walked through to get to one side of a Bugs Land to the other. Here's a view of it from the ground level. As I dissolve the picture back to what the area looks like during the construction, notice that the theater being modified to become the Spider-Man attraction has expanded out all the way to where the cereal box was located. This area that we're looking at now was the home of Flix Flyers. When the picture dissolves to the construction, notice that the Flix Flyers location is close to the center of where the Pym Test Kitchen is being built. And Tuck and Roll's Driving Buggies was located where Avengers headquarters will be. The Mystic Arts Plaza is being built where Heimlich's Choo Choo Train was located, and the Web Supplier building is being built to the left. Alright, so next we'll go back to today to see what has changed since the last time we were here. If we look at the Spider-Man show building, we can see that ducts have been installed on either side of the two axial fans. Here's what it looked like last week, and I'll bring the picture back to what it looks like today. Back in August, we saw these fans being brought into position. Basically, an axial fan is a type of fan that causes air to flow through it in an axial direction, parallel to the shaft which the blades rotate. And this type of fan is designed to produce a pressure difference causing a flow which will help the air travel through the ducts at a constant rate. Last week we focused on the building that was originally the restrooms in a Bugs Land, and currently being modified for Avengers Campus. One thing we talked about was how the roof appears to be changing from a flat to a gable roof. Here's what it looked like before the building started to be modified. I'll dissolve the picture back to what it looks like today. I find it interesting that it's changing to a gable roof style, because if you look at the concept art, it looks like the roof in the building is remaining flat. It is possible that this framing on the top is temporary support framing, and the roof will remain flat instead of becoming a gable roof as we originally thought. We'll continue watching this area closely to see how it develops. Alright, next we'll focus our attention on the Avengers headquarters building. Concrete is in the process of being added to the second level. They're doing this by using a concrete boom pump. Notice that there's a concrete truck adjacent to the pump. Concrete is being transferred from the chute of the truck to the hopper of the pump. These right here are boom cylinders to help move the articulated arms where they need to go. So basically the concrete is poured into the hopper that's attached to the boom pump. The concrete is then sucked into a valve system and simultaneously pushed through the concrete pipes until it reaches a hose attached to the pipes, and the concrete is added to the pour site. Here are some workers on the second level performing the concrete work. And this worker is guiding the hose end to pour the concrete where it needs to go. Now workers are using a concrete float. This tool is used to finish a concrete surface by making it smooth. On the front end of the second level, we can see that concrete still needs to be added. There is rebar and possibly some welded wire mesh in place. And as we talked about in the last episode, welded wire mesh and rebar is put in place where concrete will be added to give the concrete structural strength and help prevent cracking in the concrete. Alright, next we'll go down to the ground level to see what we can see from there. They're continuing to perform the concrete work. A worker in the middle is holding the hose end of the concrete boom pump to direct the concrete to the right area. As he's doing this, a boom pump controller is positioning the arm of the pump where it needs to be, and he's doing this by remote control. And as you can see, the concrete continues to be added. This worker here is using a vibrating tool. The quality of concrete can be improved by vibration. When concrete is poured, it might have hundreds or even thousands of air bubbles, which can substantially weaken the concrete structure. So concrete vibrators eliminate air bubbles by vigorously shaking the freshly poured concrete. Workers are using shovels to uniformly distribute the concrete. The concrete is now being poured near the front edge of the building. This concrete is making contact with the inner portion of the metal framing that is sticking out. Once the concrete cures, it'll firmly seal the framing into position. Well, that's a taste of things to come.
We can't wait to see what they build next.